Hi, everyone. Welcome to today's weekly update. We are going to start off with DXY 1 hour charts. But I want to say before I start here that never chase price, never chase price, and never have at the back of your mind that because you are counting wave and structure, you could actually narrow your mind to expect that this is the path that the chart or structure is going to follow. When you do that, you're going to burn yourself out. You are treading on a dangerous journey by narrowing your mind that you expect a 1, you expect a 2, you expect a 3, and you are going to burn your finger that way. So never do that. So allow structures to unfold, even though you have at the back of your mind the possible structures or the possible structures that or wave that price could print or create. But at the end of the day, you have to look for areas of shift along the line. And when you know that at this point, this is what I think the price is doing. And so it's more of trying to predict and navigate with the price. Now let's get to it. The last week has seen nothing but a sideways movement on DXY. This is 1 hour charts, and we've not done anything. Usually, you should know that when you have an impulse, when you start a move with an impulse, it tells you that that move cannot end. An impulse cannot end there. There is bound to be the third leg. After an impulse, if you are correcting, after an impulse, you expect a consolidation or a correction. And after that, you expect at least another impulse, And when the second impulse after the correction elongates beyond an extension of 1618, then you now begin to think the possible, a new trend or a wave. So now we've had this move to the upside, like a 1 and a 2 here, and up to this point, that probably we finished a wave 3 and a wave 4 and a wave 5 here, more or less spreading out this way. On DXY, we never broke the top of this wave. This is 4 of the wave 3, and with 4 major and the primary 3, 4 and 4 major never broke this level. So price never broke this level. But having said that, regardless of what it's doing, you have to pay attention to the inner structure of what we're doing here. So the price is still trying to correct here. And what is going to make a shift? We still expect, no matter what, the price may continue to go at the opening of the market. And once price breaks to the upside beyond, like the move from here to this point, if price breaks some levels of what you think a retracement of 76.88 to the upside, then the price is going back to the upside. So couple of things or two possibilities here. Price may still go a bit down, to test a lower, and that might be sharp movement towards the downside on the DXY, and later price now begins to go back to the upside to break the top. And once we now begin to see a break of the top, that means we are going for the last leg, which is a C leg. So that is what we should expect with DXY. And that we are at the areas should be expecting the price to bounce back to the downside to complete, because we have to, apart from we knowing what extensions and all of that we should expect with correction of ABC, there are areas where we should expect price to begin to make a bow to bounce back. So these are area guided by this support here at 104,800 and this point here, which is 104,547 or 400. So 104,800, 105, 400, 500, 400 area, the areas we expect price to continue to descend again. So, and it also agrees with this support area. So, but again, like we said, what is the fib of that correction telling you would, put things in more clearer perspective. We don't know what it's going to be. This thing must correct itself and finish and lift up, because you can't begin to say, oh, this is the fib, that you're going to walk to the upside. It doesn't really work like that. This must finish. For instance, they may take this to the downside, more to the downside, increasing your leg to the upside. So that is one thing you must know. So what we are expecting, its price may begin to break up from here or may still go down because of the flat it's trying to create in the middle here. Price is trying to create flat in the middle here. And I would want to go into details of that. So if you look at US dollar index, what US dollar index is doing is completely different. So we hadn't seen a break to the upside from DXY. So the US dollar index had broken, you can see the primary three, the four of the primary of the three here, and likewise the four and the fifth wave to the upside, because this one also came down, in a motive wave. So and this is like a minor 5 waves to the upside. So it's not a major. So, and with what I've seen so far, I don't think that the price will go up and break the top with this move and a week of sideways movement that we have, a waste of our time, which you should expect. Now, with this trust to the downside, price had been crawling. So expect anything from here. Price may, not break here, because on 1 hour, we can see that price had tested this area about 3 times, 1, 2, the third time price came down. So this also may be going down. This may pull down to give you an extended flat here. So anything is possible, like an A, B, and a C lower, and price begin to turn higher to the upside. So again, what are those areas we'll be expecting price? Price may do more here, I don't know. But these are the area of support and resistance around this area. So we expect price, what is price going to do around 13,050 and 12,900 area. So, but if you look at the overall extension or retracement of what price may do, that also we're going to look at this area. So overall extension, so around that area, this support area is just below 50 retracement. 50 is here, and this is 61.8. So price may still pull up around this area, which is very close to 76. So these are areas, is a big gulp, but it all depends on what price is doing around this area. So the correction and the sideways movement is very close to 50 here. That is what we are seeing. But price may go down, even break the bottom, because price has not even tested close to 50, retracement to the downside. So price may just go down, break the bottom before going up. Yeah. And if you look at DXY, in the DXY, so that one is still very down. 50 is here and 61.8 is here. So we'll see about this. What I'm trying to see here, we can have a scenario where price may not go beyond 61.8 on DXY and maybe looking at 76 on the US dollar index. So let's go to Euro dollar. Euro dollar, what do we expect? On Euro dollar had seen, we experienced like a fall, was just thinking there was this weakness from Euro dollar. So the structure is completely different on the Euro dollar. So completely different on the Euro dollar. So on those both DXY and US dollar index, we had seen a 5-way stretch to the downside, of a likely zigzag that is going to form. But that is not what we are seeing here. We are seeing almost like after this first move, we had a consolidation here that could have probably put this in a clear perspective of, a 3-4-5 and a deep pullback, here around this area to test this area of support or resistance, and for price to pull lower. So what did we have? Price broke to the downside here, almost an equal leg here to the downside. So that is completely different. So you have to look at structure and your wave. So that is what is very important. So you don't expect that, oh, you are going to now transcript or transcribe what you are seeing on DXY or US dollar index on Euro dollar. No, that is not what we are getting here. So it's different. So what do we have here? So we are seeing an A leg, a B leg in the middle here. So this is a 3-way format here. An A leg, a B leg, and a C leg here. So that's what we are seeing. So this may be giving us ABC of an A here, and we are seeing this as a new correction to the upside. So for me, the way I'm going to approach this, I'm going to approach this like this, that we are seeing a new wave building here after this move here. The one, second wave, and the third wave. So we are seeing a much bigger correction, going to the upside here. That's what I can see here. So we want to see price, how price will engage this area of, number one, this is support at 1.087 and resistance at 1.0900 area. So I don't want to see price break above 1.09 and 50. So if that happens, we're not coming down again. So we are going bullish. Now, these are the area we are expecting price. But in this area, in this down movement, we must concentrate on a particular area here, immediate structure, that we don't expect price to break, because it looks like we're going to come to the downside. So what are the immediate structure here? This is not the area. This is an ultimate area around this area to break. The support here, the resistance here. So, but for the price pushing up, it will always be resistance and resistance. So, but the immediate structure is this area. Is this area where you have this pin bar. That's the area that we don't expect price to break. So we don't expect price to, it has created a structure around this area. So on top of this resistance, we don't expect price to take. That's 1.08827 area. So that's the price we don't expect the price to take. So we are still seeing this going up, after this correction to the downside to finish this wave. This wave had finished itself like almost like a 5 waves to the downside, a 1 and a 2, a 3, a 4, a 5. So the first impulse to the upside, this we may be having like a flat, an extended flat to the upside. So this may still come more down, but you must know the area it must not take. If you are going to the downside, it must not take a retracement to the downside of more than 76. So as a matter of fact, I don't want to see price break beyond this support zone, this support zone on a 1 hour time frame. This support zone, let me say this area and this area. I don't want to see this price break here if you are going to go to the more to the upside. So I still want to see price crawl more to the upside. grab the liquidity and begin to break down again. So this is the area here. So if I bring out my drawing, so this is the area here. You want to see price come to test. But in terms of the 4-hour support and resistance area, we don't want to see price push beyond this level. And ultimately, it should not break here. So once we take this to the upside, we are back up. Now, the retracement to the upside from this area of the new structure or new wave from here down here, 50 had been taken. So we are expecting price may likely push to 61.8 or around 85 area. These are potential areas we expect price to push before we go down again. Of course, we can make nonsense of this trend resistance. It doesn't really matter. Now, where are we destined? If that happens, just like with US dollar index, so price almost got into this area of 50. But if price should correct here, then we're going to take that as on that time frame, we're going to take this as the beginning of a new, okay, if it does not go above that, then probably we might take this as an A, then probably this as a B, and we might be going down to around this area of 61.8, 50, 61.8, but not beyond this area on euro dollar. So what I want us to see is that the possibility of this is a correction. So if you can get a sell, look for a sell around 61.8, 76, but 61.8 will be an ideal area, which lines up with this, support here, and it's going to be a resistance. So let's look at it again. So you can see 61.8 is this area. So this will be a strong area for you to begin to sell, to look for a sell. Of course, price may push there, but this is a strong area that price may begin to go back to the downside. And when that happens, we know where we are going to. So we're going to look for a sell and sell to this area of support here. This is the first area and this is the second area. And if you look at those areas, so the first area is going to go below 50. So price is going to put below 50. So we are looking at 61.8 and the second area will be a 76. So it depends on the kind of wave that we build after we begin to sell from here. Now let's look at gold. Now on gold, gold is a bit the way this has pulled up, it's kind of pulled up more sharp, as if it's going to be developing into a motive wave. We are going to be very careful on gold because there are two things that are possible here. Gold may begin to break to the upside and break up, or it depends on what we see. If gold begins to correct to the downside, if it corrects to the downside, it might just go up. It might just go up sharply, and take everybody out. But again, we are looking to buy gold. That is what I can see. We are looking to buy gold, either gold correcting. If it corrects and drags to the downside, you can look for a buy to the upside. But if it continues to go up, it may go up, break up from here, and the next thing we might see is a big move to the downside. So if you have a sharp move to the downside, then we're going to be looking for a buy under this low. So it's either we cross to the downside to buy, or we break this low again to buy. That's what we're looking for. But for intermediate time, we are looking at this structure. We don't want gold to break this structure to the upside, this is the immediate structure we are looking for gold. Gold may just test this area and begin to. The price action you are seeing here does not really matter. This might be taken. This may just be the last correction to the downside for us to come up here. This may crawl up around this area, probably 2401, between 2401 and 2393. So we may see a movement to the downside, and that might be a sharp movement. So if we have an impulse to the downside, that will be the last impulse. Just like we had 1 and 2 impulse, that might be the last impulse to the downside. And from there, we're going to look for our buy. So for me, that is what I will be looking for. And that ultimately, I don't want us to see gold break this low here at 2320. So it may now do an A, B, and a C to around this area. So this is a strong magnet for price to come to. So I'll be expecting price around 2390. The price looked likely that it's good because it's correcting above here. If it's correcting above here, we're going to get a big movement. An impulse to the downside, that means it's going to take the low here. It's going to break 2349. So if it breaks that, then this is the area that price will be coming to on gold. So if I bring out the structure so we can see what we are seeing here, this may be an A B area, and this may be giving us another ABC scenario. We are looking potentially at this area, but again, if you are counting wave, so we know that it's a minor structure that price may take to the upside. The area of resistance will now be around this wave 4 here, around this area, with 4 around this area. So price may just come here, but let's see what price is going to do. So breaking out of here does not mean that price is going to go up, except price takes 24, 22 area. So if price takes, let's say 24, 20, let's say 20, 24, 23, then we are going back to the upside. So for now, we are correcting. So this might be the last push around this area before we see more downside on gold. Now, the last one, NZD USD. NZD USD, the price had spent over 30 hours, 32 hours, consolidating in this area. So what I can see here, we can have a big push to the upside, or we can correct to the upside. So if we correct to the upside, we may come down one more time before we go up. So this is ready to go up from here. So we may correct to the upside, have the last impulse to come to the downside, and before we push up. And of course, it may push up from here. So where do you want to break? This is the structure you want to take now. So price breaking 5955, 0.59500, we are going bullish again. So we are waiting for it. So you don't want to sell from this area. So let's look at the reaction we're going to get here. One thing I've done is to, if you are in a buy from this level, you can put your stop loss at 59. If I'm in a buy from this level, you can put your stop loss at 58,480. 58,480, which is below the origin of this wave here. So this wave is at 58,500. They can do anything, go up, throw a big candle to the downside just to cap and get people out at 58,500. So then with the spread, I think 58,480 will be an ideal place to hide yourself if possible. Of course, price may push up from here, but we need to break this area. So with that, I've come to the end. Happy trading. So we should be having like 2 opportunities in the coming week. Big news is coming next week. big news coming in next week. So on all our trades, immediate, we are looking for correction to the upside. Of course, we don't want to buy those corrections to the upside. On Eurodollar and as well as gold, we are looking to sell them. So once we sell, then we're looking at, okay, that will be the last move or wave to the downside before we see a push to the upside. Bye.